Deshaun Watson is waiving his no-trade clause only to the Browns. When this trade is completed, Watson is expected to get a 5-year, $230 million contract that is fully guaranteed.
The Cleveland Browns officially introduced Deshaun Watson as the team's new quarterback today.
Well, the legal saga for former ex-Texans turned Cleveland Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson, now accused of sexually assaulting a Harris County woman.
It's the kind of story that feels like it belongs in a Hollywood script. A star quarterback, a desperate franchise, and a jaw-dropping $230 million contract, fully guaranteed. Here's the twist. What happens when that investment doesn't pay off? What happens when that man that was brought in to save a franchise becomes its biggest question mark? Deshaun Watson's journey from one of the most electrifying players in the NFL to the controversial centerpiece of the Cleveland Browns has been anything but ordinary. On paper, he's got it all. Talent, accolades, and a deal that made NFL history. But beneath the surface lies the tales of risk, reward, and a staggering amount of money hanging in the balance. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most polarizing contracts in NFL history. How did Deshaun Watson secure the $230 million guaranteed contract? What's gone wrong since he arrived in Cleveland? And what does it say about the state of the NFL when a deal like this happens? This is the story of how one player may have pulled off the ultimate financial heist in football. Deshaun Watson's story begins like something out of a football fairy tale. A high school phenom from Gainesville, Georgia, Watson burst onto the college scene at Clemson University. As the Tigers quarterback, he didn't just shine, he dominated. Under head coach Dabo Swinney, Watson became the heartbeat of Clemson's offense, leading the team to back-to-back national championship appearances, and in 2016, he etched his name in college football history with a legendary performance against Alabama, securing the title and cementing himself as a future NFL star. When the 2017 NFL Draft rolled around, Watson was expected to be a top pick, but doubts about his transition to pros saw him slide to the 12th overall spot, where the Houston Texans traded up to select him.
The Houston Texans select Deshaun Watson.
And for a while, it seemed like they had struck gold. Watson wasted no time proving the doubters wrong. In his rookie year, he flashed his potential with a mix of arm talent, mobility, and clutch decision-making. By his second season, he was already one of the most exciting young quarterbacks in the league. Over 4 seasons with the Houston Texans, Watson racked up an impressive number of stats. 104 passing touchdowns.
Watson keeps it, throws it, caught, touchdown!
Over 1,400 yards, and a career passer rating over 100. He led Houston to multiple playoff appearances, including the unforgettable comeback against the Buffalo Bills in the 2019 wildcard round. But, for all his individual success, cracks were beginning to form. The Texans' inability to build a consistent supporting cast around Watson, combined with questionable front office decisions like trading away DeAndre Hopkins, left Watson frustrated, and that frustration would soon lead to one of the most shocking twists in NFL history. By 2021, things had gone from bad to worse in Houston. Deshaun Watson requested a trade, citing major differences within the organization. But as trade rumors swirled, Watson's life took a dramatic turn. Over 20 women came forward accusing Watson of sexual misconduct during massage appointments, triggering investigations from both the NFL and law enforcement. Watson's once sterling reputation was now in question, and he didn't play a single game during the 2021 season. With legal battles looming and the NFL future uncertain, many wondered if Watson's career was already over. But then, in 2022, the unthinkable happened. A bidding war erupted for his services. Enter the Cleveland Browns, a franchise starved for quarterback stability and desperate to compete in a stacked AFC. Despite Deshaun Watson's off-field controversies, the Browns went all in, offering him a 5-year, $230 million contract, fully guaranteed. The move sent shockwaves throughout the NFL. Critics blasted the Browns for giving Deshaun Watson such a massive deal during his ongoing legal issues, while supporters argued it was a calculated risk to secure a franchise quarterback. Watson, meanwhile, maintained his innocence, eventually settling one of the most civil cases against him. But when he finally took the field for the Cleveland Browns, the results were underwhelming. Deshaun Watson's first season in Cleveland didn't go as planned. After serving an 11-game suspension for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy, he returned to action in late 2022. The rust was evident. Watson struggled with accuracy, decision-making, and consistency, finishing the season with just 7 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in 6 games. Fast forward to the 2023 season, the questions only grew louder. While Watson showed flashes of his former self, injuries and inconsistent performances left fans wondering, did the Browns make a $230 million mistake? For a team built to win now, Watson's struggles were a glaring problem.
I've always been respectful, and that's what I've always, stood on, and that's who I am as a person.
The Browns' decision to give Watson a fully guaranteed deal has forever changed the NFL's financial landscape. Other teams balked at its precedent it set, and players around the league began pushing for similar guarantees. But for Cleveland, the gamble remains unsolved. With Watson's massive cap hit looming in the future seasons, the Browns face an uphill battle to build a competitive roster around him. And for Watson, the pressure to deliver on the field has never been greater. So where does the Deshaun Watson story go from here? Can he reclaim the form that made him a superstar in Houston? Can the Browns justify the most polarizing contract in NFL history? Or will this deal go down as one of the biggest missteps the league has ever seen? What we do know is this: $230 million doesn't buy forgiveness, success, or guarantees. For Watson and the Browns, the clock is ticking and the stakes could not be higher. This isn't just a story about football. It's a story about risk, reputation, and what happens when the game we love intersects with the complexities of real life. The final chapter of Deshaun Watson's career hasn't been written yet, but one thing's for sure: the NFL, the fans, we will be watching.
The tenacity of the Cleveland Browns will never lose. Heart, that'll get you anywhere you want in this world. God bless America.
All right, let's hear from you guys. Do you think Deshaun Watson can turn things around? Will the Browns regret this deal? Drop your take in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives like this. CA out.